All right, hey guys, what's going on? So Soundgarden, legendary Soundgarden rock and roll group, reflects on the bittersweet Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction and final recordings with the band member Chris Cornell, who was the lead singer and vocalist, and of course they talked about the seminal Seattle grunge group was inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame at the Peacock Center on Saturday night before they accepted the honor from Jim Carrey ripped into Black Hole Sun and Rusty Cage. The band reflected together backstage on their topsy-turvy journey and the ranks of the immortals and the lasting impact of their fellow frontman, Chris Cornell. I like the honor of it and happy for our fans. Bassist Ben Shepherd said, "I can't wait to play." For guitarist Ken Thale, there's a measure of validation in their induction when he recalled conversation with Cornell. Chris would say, "Remember how you and I," and bassist Hiro Yamamoto would sit around in the room and talk about the bands we like, and they influenced us to play together. It's that's the kind of band we should be, and the band that makes us want to get together and play music. The induction was a long time coming for Soundgarden, originally formed in 1984, and steadily moved to the forefront of the underground indie rock scene on labels like Sub Pop and SST while touring in the country in a red Chevy van. It was almost like a camping trip with sleeping bags. Cameron recalled, "I remember I brought on this blue blanket to sleep on." And after moving to A&M Records, Soundgarden spent the 90s crafting some of the most innovative and heavy dynamic albums of their generation, with groundbreaking records like Bad, Mortal Finger, Super Unknown, and Down on the Upside. Soundgarden disbanded in 1987 but got back together in 2010 and resumed working on music and touring. And the honor is the absence of Cornell, who took his own life after a concert in Detroit in 2017, carried a somber note to his festivities. It's nice to hear the power of music we created, and it's extremely bittersweet that we don't have Chris with us, drummer Matt Cameron said. And in a few instances, we have performed the music since his passing, and it's been only a few occasions. It's empowering, but it's also really bittersweet. Yeah, man, I'm happy for Soundgarden. That's always been one of my favorite indie rock bands from the 90s and formerly formed in the mid-80s. I really love Super Unknown and Down on the Upside. Those are my two favorite records from them. And really, from their career, they really had a lot of great drummers, and Chris Cornell is one of the greatest vocalists of all time. So, really is happy that they got their introduction to right.